Hey, Wellness Crew. Welcome to Yoga with Jenna, session 13. Now, I will be adjusting the camera a little bit because I need to probably move it back so that way everyone can see both mats and all of that. But I did just want to go ahead and say, please like, subscribe, and or follow. I would greatly appreciate it. I am so grateful for my new subscribers and for the increase in views recently. I can only say thank you so much. I am so grateful. So excuse me while I adjust the camera. Since I'm like, I don't know about editing. Okay. So we're going to start with sun salutations. But today we are going to be doing some challenging poses. And whenever we're doing stuff that's new, again, if there's something that you feel you can't do, you're not ready for, your body's not ready for, by all means, please, 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 just go into child's pose, okay? And I'll demonstrate child's pose in this very first sun salutation. And I'm going to change up the sun salutation just a little bit too, okay? So we're going to lift our arms up and breathe in. And exhale into a forward fold. Breathe in, look half up, breathe, exhale. We're going to walk our hands forward into a plank, chaturanga, upward dog, come back into child's pose. So our butt is on or as close to our heels as they can be. Our arms are nice and extended in front of us. From there, we're going to come to a tabletop and we're going to do 3 cat-cows, okay? So lifting up our head and our bottom and then curling them in. From there, we're going to tuck our toes under into downward dog. Take a step forward, the other foot meets it, and slowly roll up. All right. Breathe in. And swan dive, forward fold. Half look up. Inhale and then exhale back down. Walk our hands forward into that plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Widen our knees for child's pose. Coming to tabletop position so we can do cat-cow 3 times. Curling our toes under so we can go into downward facing dog. Taking a step forward, our other foot meets it, and rolling up. That was almost... Okay, well, I'll stay on top of that. Breathe in. And exhale, swan dive into forward fold. Half look up. back down. Walking our hands forward into plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Coming back into child's pose. Tabletop. Cat-cow. Tucking our toes underneath for downward dog. Taking a step forward, our other foot meets it, and we slowly roll up. All right, one more time. Inhale, exhale as we swan dive into forward fold. Half look up, back to forward fold. Walking our hands forward into plank. Chaturanga, upward dog. Widening our knees, going back into child's pose. Coming up into tabletop and doing cat-cow. Tucking our toes underneath so we can go into downward dog. Taking a step forward, our other foot meets it, and slowly rolling up. Okay, so if you've seen my videos before, you know that sunflower is this. But for a while there, I was calling, let me show you the way to do it. Sunflower, I was calling it, oh, you can't, okay. Let me see if I can do it right. Okay, now I'm getting it right. Here we go. Okay. Sometimes my body's like, what? So I thought starfish. We'll just call it starfish for now. And I have the book right there, but. So we're going to do that for a little bit, okay? Just to get nice and warmed up. I have a favorite podcast, and it's called Necronomicon with Mike, Ian, and Dave. And they're so sweet because when you send them a message or, converse with it, like they will converse back with you. Like they're awesome. But anyways, I would definitely check them out if you like stuff that's about true crime, stuff about aliens, and they're really, really funny, highly inappropriate, so, which makes it even funnier. But I definitely wanted to shout out Mike, Ian, and Dave. Why they came to me right now, I have no idea, but clearly there's a reason. All right, very good. Okay, so from here, We're going to stick with the normal type of stuff, okay? We're going to do a little bit of stretching before we get into the new stuff. So we're just going to go ahead, raise our arms up overhead. We're going to come down into a straight leg seated forward fold. All right, and that's all the warm-up you're going to get before some of the new poses. Okay, so this one is called fish. What we're going to do is bring our forearms down to the ground, okay? And all we're going to do is lean back. You can arch your back. But you're gonna feel the stretch in the front of your chest and shoulders, obviously in your throat and your neck. And then from fish, we're gonna go back into our straight leg seated forward fold. And we're gonna come back into fish. Ideally pointing your toes. Eventually being able to bring our elbows closer and closer together. And coming back into our straight leg seated forward fold. And remember, always be focusing on your breath. Especially, that's the whole deal with yoga, right? Is the breathing aspect. And not only that, but as you're breathing, especially when you're taking nice deep inhales and exhaling out nice and deep, you are helping your body, your muscles, everything relax, so that way you can be more proficient at doing more of the poses. It also helps cardiovascularly. Breath is so important and is so often neglected, which is why I've increased the amount of meditation videos and yoga videos and had that be a focus for a little bit for right now. Really try to come up to where you're like on your sit bone, so that there's a nice big arch. All right, coming out of fish, and last time, I promise. Straight leg seated forward fold. And back to fish. Very good. Okay, so I didn't initially intend for all of the episodes to build specifically upon each other. It just kind of worked out that way with the poses that we're going to be introduced today. So fish is one of them. The next one, don't worry, I'll let you know. But we're going to start getting prepared for that. And with our breath, we're just going to switch legs just like we did last session. Or maybe we had a longer hold. And if you have a strap, please grab it. Just pause me and go grab your strap. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with my left foot. Okay. I'm going to, here, let me move a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to start with my left foot. So that means that I need to be holding on to my leg, right? You can hold on to it behind your, like on your hamstrings, your calf, your ankle. If you can grab your foot, get it. Okay. We're going to extend our left arm with our palm down, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to be bringing this foot over. For an extra challenge, you can go ahead and turn your head to face your left foot so you can feel a nice stretch in your neck. Trying to keep your legs straight but not locked. All right, we're going to bring it back to the middle. And we're going to switch sides. So there's some days when my foot can reach the floor. There's other days when it cannot. So a lot of it is also dependent on the way that we sleep. At least when you're doing yoga, like, earlier in the day. And we're going to bring it back to the middle. And do this just one more time. I'm sure you're feeling that stretch in your glutes and the outsides of your leg. Just continue to breathe into it. And bringing it back to the middle. Extending that leg and your arm. And having that nice twist. And bringing it back to the middle and letting it go. Okay, let's get into some warriors. I'm trying to throw you off of what we're doing. All right, so our toes are pointed forward for now. Oh, I'm sorry, they're not. I'm lying to you. Our back foot is on the ground at a 45-ish degree angle. I have my right foot forward and my left leg back. All right, then going into warrior two. I know for me, my arms are always like overextending. Then we're going to reach forward, almost like we're scooping, and we're going to come back. We're still having our knee over our ankle, okay? We're just stretching our side in warrior three. We're going to release back into warrior two. And then come back into warrior one. All right, we're just going to switch legs. So my left leg is forward now. Warrior one. Arms reaching up toward the sky. My knee is over my ankle. My back foot is angled. But even though we're reaching up, right, we still want to try to keep our shoulders down, which I know sounds weird, but you don't need to like lift up from your shoulders at all. You want to keep them back and down as much as you possibly can. We're reaching, think of it like more reaching with our fingertips. All right, and then we're going to move into Warrior 2. Just double checking my arms, my gorilla arms. I have had Diamond Eyes by Deftones stuck in my head for like 2 days. And I keep wondering, what is it going to take to let it go? You know? It's a beautiful song, though. All right, and then from there, we're going to reach forward a little bit, kind of do like a little bit of a scooping, and then reach that arm overhead. Your back arm, it is, to be like reached around your body. You don't have to be doing anything crazy like this, but just have it reached, behind you. When you do turn your head and look up, yes, you will get a stretch in your neck, but it also is a balance challenge. And then trying to make sure that we do keep our knee over our ankle. All right, we're going to release back into Warrior 2. Your arms may start to feel a little tired. Or you're a pro and you're good. Who knows? And then coming back into Warrior 1. All right, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our feet forward. We're going to be super wide with it. And we're basically going to do a forward fold, but in a straddle position. Now, like I said, my arms are super long, right? So I could always kind of do this type of thing if I wanted to. So hanging. You can also reach your hands back as well, okay? But ideally, we want to focus on the crown of our head being in line with the floor. So however you want to do it, you can. Don't forget to breathe. You might find your legs shaking. It can be an indication of two things. It's just like you're super tight. Obviously, as everybody knows, I do have lupus, so sometimes my body reacts a little weird. It might also, though, be a sign to bring your feet in closer. So you can see what that does. But as you can see, for me, that really wasn't the problem. I'm still experiencing the same thing. All right. And we're going to slowly come up, roll up from that position. Okay. Do not be scared, okay? This is going to seem crazy. And I haven't, pre-practiced this pose, so I might suck at it too. That's the whole point. We're doing it together, Wellness Crew, so don't worry about it. Okay. So what I want us to do is a shoulder stand. So I'll do it from this mat. But we're going to get a little prepped for it, just a little bit, okay? So we can bring our feet up and have our knees, have everything kind of like at a 90-degree angle. To prep too, you can kind of do like a rolling. Or you can switch in between kind of elongating your feet versus, or legs versus keeping your knees bent. And in a shoulder stand, you're going to have your hands as your support on your lower back. And your elbows, triceps, right? That's all on the floor. That's all supporting you as well. Now from here, you can try bringing your knees towards your face. And I wouldn't say on your face, but you can do it near your face. Another thing you can do but ideally it's coming from your shoulders. I kind of was using my little bit of my middle back a bit. All right, let's try this again. You do not have to do this. I'm just curious now. In gymnastics, they call this a candlestick. So I don't know if that's less intimidating. But we'll slowly come down out of that. And we're going to come back to just bringing our knees towards our chest in a rolling motion. So if you were able to do it, awesome. If mine didn't look great, it's okay. I don't need to hear about it in the comments. Just let me stay in the positive realm. All right. And to counteract that, I think the best thing would be to do child's pose, to be honest. Or puppy dog. Oh, let's do puppy dog. Okay. So puppy dog is very similar to child's pose, except with puppy dog, what you're doing is you're leaving your bottom above your knees. Whereas in child's pose, right, we're going all the way back. In puppy dog, we are, to the best of our ability, keeping our knees and our butt in line. Awesome. Just kind of come up from there. Let's do some cat-cow real quick. All right, and then back into tabletop. We're going to do just a little bit of balancing, right? So we're going to do our opposite arm, opposite leg. Ooh, I feel a leaf. Okay. I still do. It's okay. So we're just going to extend. The great thing about this pose as well is that what's happening is you're also working on your core, which is something I do try to include in every single session. "13" is another number that's very special to me because my son was born on Friday the 13th, my youngest. So, and where I'm from, or where I was from, Friday the 13th meant $13 tattoos, but I mean, they would be like $21 because you would, tip your artist. And my cassette player is actually one of those tattoos. All right, awesome. All right, we're going to come back onto our backs laying down. We are going to put our ankle on top of our opposite leg. We're going to grab behind that that leg. You can, ideally it's going to be where the hamstrings are. And we're just going to pull in a figure 4. All right, now we're going to switch legs. All right, and we are going to release into Shavasana. So just be super proud of all the work that you've been doing. If you truly have been doing these full-on sessions with me, that is amazing. Like, that makes me so happy, and that like makes me so proud. Or if you're at least just watching the whole video, like, that would be great too. That would help my stats. So I just feel like yoga is such a amazing like workout and practice. I mean, it's a practice, truly, is what it is. But I'm alternative with most things I do, so I do like things to be a little bit different. I don't want things to always be the same because I would get bored as hell. But when there's because how the filming goes is it goes meditation first and then the yoga. And I just always feel like when I meditate, even if I'm guiding it, like when I'm meditating and stuff, it just brings so much to my life and really helps me with seeing things more clearly, helping me adjust my perspective when it needs to be adjusted. Yoga, though, is like the physical extension of that because of the fact that we're trying to focus so much on our breath and moving with it, not against it. So you can feel free to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer. I don't know how my hair looks because my headband went a little wacky. And I'm coming up the wrong way. You're supposed to go onto your side and come up, but that's okay. So yeah, you can feel free to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer. Totally up to you. No worries. Hopefully the candlestick wasn't too crazy or too out there. Like I said, if there's any movements that you feel uncomfortable doing, totally fine. Child's pose is a great pose. Even puppy dog is great as well. They're both super similar, and they don't do the exact same thing, but they target similar muscle groups. So, just go ahead and like take this with you and enjoy the rest of your day or whenever it is that you're watching this. I am so grateful for you and I appreciate you. Again, I appreciate very much the uptick in subscribers and the views and all of that. And I'm just like, what? So thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I truly appreciate it. Like, I'm just like, wow, okay, that's crazy. And so yeah, just kind of take this with you, take this feeling with you. Hopefully you feel like you got a good workout. I know some of these more recent videos have been a little bit shorter. I just felt like doing the long ones, they weren't going to probably be able to be used. So I want stuff that's going to be able to be used by my wellness crew. So until the next session, which will be session 14 coming up, thank you for joining me on Yoga with Jenna, session 13, and I will see you next time. Oh, almost forgot. Namaste.